When I think about doing comedy, I think, okay, it would have to start with what everybody does.
Mm.
And then I thought, well, poop humor is just, it's like the bottom of the barrel of comedy, but it's probably because everybody does it and we're all ashamed of it in
Sure.
some way, shape, or form.
Sure.
So then it's like, okay, you can't do that one. Or if you're going to do it, it needs to be like,
You have to do a
bring
good
something
job.
new to the table. Yeah. And then what
Bringing
else?
something new to the table is a good way to have good poop jokes, actually.
Bringing something new to the table. But we need to get a drummer. I got these drumsticks. But yeah, you got to bring some. All right. So then you have probably sex or like your nether regions. More than once there's been a lady comedian come up and like, I'm going to talk about my vagina for a little bit. Not literally, but that's what ends up happening.
Sometimes literally, yeah.
But literally, I think literally. So then that's kind of this like, this, we're not supposed to talk about our vaginas or our dicks.
Sure.
So talking about it and what goes on up there or down there can elicit like the ladies can be like, yeah, hell yeah, girl. I know about that because of mine. And the guys could be like, gross. You guys are gross or whatever.
Sure.
Depending on how it goes. But finding something that's not those low-hanging fruits, imagine that's difficult.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think in my experience, like, people are really used to hearing comedy about sex in particular, like because it used to be very forbidden to talk about, and now it's much more comfortable for a lot of us to talk about, especially like even casually. And so I think that it's not as exciting for an audience anymore.
You don't think?
Well,
like that's blue humor. Comedy was always a place where folks talked about sex.
Right, but it's because it's always a place for that. It's like it's expected now. And so that's, you mentioned like saying the quiet part out loud earlier. Like that stuff is no longer the quiet part now, because it's like it's so common in comedy, and also just like people talk about sex way more.
Just in
like
general.
really like frank,
our culture has changed,
has lifted some of that repression, and so it's like great, that's kind of a success, right? But it's also like, okay, now what's the quiet part now?